Auction e-commerce notifications. This has got to be one of the most critical aspects of auction e-commerce. Now, what exactly are the notifications? Well, in the classical sense, notifications are going to be related to the actual bid and whether or not someone has been outbid on a specific auction. Of course, there are all kinds of other critical notifications, not just for the buyer, but also for the seller as well. And not just for the bidding process, but also for other key aspects of the workflow. The most important thing that you want to take away in general with notifications is that the more intelligent and the more intuitive and opinionated you can be with the notifications, typically this is going to massively, exponentially increase your value that you're bringing to your buyers and your sellers whenever they're interacting with your site. This typically will create a very low cost upward momentum within your auction e-commerce platform. And this is truly one of the lowest cost, highest payoff areas that you can invest in with your auction e-commerce platform. Okay, so now going into some of the nuances of notifications, probably the biggest thing and the most fundamental thing is when someone is bidding on an auction, they do need to know what the status is of the auction. Has it started? Is it about to end? They also need to know whether or not they've been outbid or not, and if their max bid has been exceeded, so they may need to change their settings for that particular bid. They may also be in a position where reserve has been met, and they can do something different, change their settings, etc., to win the actual auction. And finally, they may also need to actually complete part of the process in order to, once they've won the bid, actually have the item fulfilled to them and go through those steps that are necessary around winning the auction. Now, for a seller, you have a similar set of notifications that are really important. So they may actually have to deal with questions or have a Q&A type of process around a particular item. Or they may have a scenario where somebody is unable to complete the process to receive the item, and they have to go through an escalation process or possibly move the actual win to the next person in line, depending on what your governance and business rules are for your auction e-commerce platform. And ultimately, we want to take a look at some examples of this. And so you can see here on the screen, we're showing all of the notifications that somebody is receiving, and we're basically showing this in a show all type of mode. So you can see here they have most recent, bids, and a watch list that are in their notification settings. And most recent is going to show everything in an aggregate type of form. And they're going to include these options where they can adjust their max bid if their max bid was surpassed. They can place a new bid if they've just been outbid on something. If they're currently watching something, they can change the bid amount so that they can actually increase it from maybe 0 to an actual amount. Once they win, they can schedule a pickup. And ultimately, the main point here is that we want to keep everyone in the loop, both from a buyer and a seller perspective. The other thing that we want to do with these notifications is make it so that based on the user's settings, even if they aren't showing all of their notifications, we're showing them important visual cues. Here you can see the notification bell at the top right of the screen, and you can see they have a number of the notifications that they haven't read yet. We also have a instant notification that's showing up on the page here, so they can get, again, a notification, a visual cue that something is going on. Now, these notifications absolutely need to be able to go to other means of communication, other different channels that the user may want to receive. This is going to include, depending on your situation, of course, email, possibly text, possibly a phone call, and you may want to notify them in other forms as well, but certainly when they're in their browser, maybe within a mobile application that's tied to your overall auction e-commerce platform, etc. So these are all really important with auctions, of course, so the user can immediately see if they need to take action in order to continue engaging in a specific auction and hopefully winning that auction. The other thing we want to point out about notifications is it doesn't just include the ability to provide auction-based notifications, but we need to be able to use notifications to leverage governance and really influence the users. I like to say it's like putting up the bumpers inside of a bowling alley lane so that we can keep the ball within the lane and really make it easy for the user to stay on track. Now, this is going to include, in this case, we're showing the user that their bidding was disabled, and they can drill down and get more information. Maybe they violated one of the terms. Maybe they didn't accept or pay for the full order after they won the auction, things like that. Ultimately, whenever somebody does win a bid or whenever they lose, this is an opportunity for us to get in touch with them and help them understand what the steps are that they're going to be going through to actually complete the process once they win a bid. We can also get in touch with them and let them know what the process would be to improve their bidding if they lost. Whenever the seller is fulfilling a bid, we want to let them know what to expect and make sure that we're reinforcing a sort of checklist that they need to go through, both on the buyer and the seller side of the process. These are also notifications, and these are absolutely critical so that we can enable a self-service capability that's very opinionated and basically reinforce our governance or our rules and our processes and our standards for how buyers and sellers interact. The last thing that we want to say about notifications is the users need to be able to specify what their notification preferences are. Now, depending on your business, you may have different types of notification preferences, and we're going to get into these in another video. We're going to talk about the notification preferences within the user dashboard. You're just going to make a note of that now, that is absolutely critical, that the user be able to control their notification settings and the different mediums in which they want to be notified, the frequency in which they want to be notified, and the different types of notifications that they want to receive in these different mediums and in these different frequencies. Okay, we hope that that was helpful, and we will certainly look forward to sharing with you now some complementary resources that might help you to continue to take your notifications and your overall auction e-commerce to the next level. Thanks for watching this video on auction e-commerce. This is a series of videos, and we want to encourage you that you're welcome to take a look at the additional features and functionalities as you see fit, and may be a good area for you to understand more. You can take a look at the detailed next video in this series by clicking the link that we've provided. We also have a set of links to all of the different videos in a playlist that you can take a look at. We've also compressed the videos into a single overall video, and if you would like, we've put together a free resource guide and checklist on auction e-commerce. One of the other things that we love to do at Clarity is provide you with complimentary guidance with some of our technical experts. So if you're interested in this, we call this a complimentary discovery, and you're welcome to go to our website, link below in the description, and go ahead and get that free complimentary discovery. We just want to say thank you again so much for watching this video and for being fans and subscribers. If you would, we would love it if you would do some auction with the like button and go ahead and hit the winning bid on the like button. All jokes aside, we really appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks again.